Well, I don't know if you watch the news, particularly the news coming out of southern United States, and it's creeping up the East Coast now. And the disaster. I mean, the millions and millions of people have no power, ruined houses, ruined this, ruined that. I see, I think they're estimating, so far anyway, 50,000 dead. So, but you got to remember, and it's happened all over the country. All kind of weather is creating havoc with everything in our society, and there's a lot of government programs that give grants to that. And that's how I really got into doing this business. Our family was hit with flood back in the 70s. And boy, the government came up, gave them places to live, bought the business almost, and bought the house. And it was incredible. I had no idea the government did this stuff. So remember, if you're affected by the weather, you got to figure out, check out where you live, what's available. And that's it. This is an average. The $20,000 is an average that Florida has given out last year in this. So they're going to give out more, and they can give out more for everything. So if your house is hurt, you have to live somewhere else, pay the rent, you need transportation because your car is flooded or whatever, dental help, mental help, wow, all kinds of things. And I'm sure the biggest thing is repair, home repair. There's a lot of grants for that. And there's a lot of grants too for prepare your home so this doesn't happen to your home. And that's grants usually at the state level. This is all local stuff. So you got to find this stuff locally. And even funeral assistance, that's right. So you have 50 people died already, or even COVID. Don't forget there's still COVID funeral assistance, which is up to $9,000. Okay, how do you find this stuff where you live? Okay, here's the places where you got to go. First of all, you go to FEMA, FEMA, okay, FEMA.gov. Okay, and you want to find out if you're a designated disaster area. And there's a link there you can put in your zip code or whatever, and you'll find it. You could also call this 800 number, 800-621-3362. That's 800-621-3362. Okay, and the main disaster assistance website for the entire government is called DisasterAssistance.gov. So you go there and shop around in there. Now there's phone numbers locally you could use to find out, hey, this happened, that happened. Can you direct me to where I can go and get money and help to solve this problem? You can start with 211. They're going to know about a lot of emergency money because the operators are usually trained. Now you can go deeper and search their database for even more, but I think particularly for anything that's new, in the database will be old. You want to know new stuff because if this is a new problem you have. And if you, sometimes 211 doesn't work, so you have to call 311, okay? Now, another great backup phone to call is your elected official. And you have maybe 10, 15 elected officials where you live. Now, they have to know all about these programs. All their staff has to know about it. Don't ask your neighbor. I mean, maybe they know something. They're not going to be up to date as well as your elected official is going to be up to date on the new government programs because of the weather in your area. So how do you find them? Easy, okay? You go to commoncause.org. The website is commoncause.org. And you put in your zip code, and you'll get a shopping list of all the elected officials. I mean, you get the president too, but don't call the White House. Call your 2 senators. They're probably going to be the biggest staff and help. So you have 2 senators with local offices too. You have 1 representative that is in Washington, and that's your congressman. Okay, and then you have state officials, and they all should know. But I would start on top first because usually that's where the big money goes. The big money comes from is Washington. So your state, the people who represent you in Washington are going to be first in line to hear about the money that's going to their state, and that's what you want to know. Okay, and it's the phone. I mean. Get as much on the telephone as possible because I don't understand what this stuff is when I see it on the internet. You got to talk to people and they'll tell you, oh yeah, no, that means this. And no, you want to go over here. And that's how you're going to get the latest help and information and money programs for anything like this that happens. So get on that phone and start talking. And that's what we're doing at Let's Go Help, is really trying to train people about these government programs. They're not where you think they are. And that's why people go to Google and you get overwhelmed. Don't go to Google and look for stuff like this, because you get every huckster and person has something to sell you because you're in trouble, and maybe you'll get money to pay them. No, don't do that. Learn direct from the sources who give the money, not some middleman like me who's trying to get money from you. And that's what we do at letsgohelp.com. We train every day, like right now. There's a member helping other members live, taking questions from other members because they've gotten money before, they know the system works, and they, to me, are more helpful in helping members than I could ever be. I could tell you overview stuff, but man, they just found out about this stuff recently and received the help they needed. So they share that with you because they can relate to you better than I can. Like, I've been doing this 50 years. and I dress funny, so you can't believe me. But let us help you if you can. And we also give our own grants. Our next one is on the 30th, where we give out 30 free laptop computers. Then the next one after that is on the 4th of the month. See, we give these every month. So every month we'll give out 30 computers. Every month we'll give out $40,000 on the 4th of the month that you can do with anything. You get $500 or $1,000, spend any way out. Then on the 15th of the month, we give out $15,000 for members to use for car repair. And on the 20th of the month, we give out $20,000 for you to use for rent or anything like that. Then we do it again next month and keep going, and unless we don't make profit that month, then we'll have to cut it back. But we'll be here. I plan to be here about 10 more years. So let me help you, please, because it grows my heart every time I'm able to help somebody and they get something they had no idea, to make their life just a little bit easier in this world. It grows my heart, and it grows yours too, because you realize, shit, somebody's helping. And that's what members do too. We have 15,000 members, and they're all helping each other. So let us help you too.